The horse racing kid is here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on opening day of the winter meet here on Monday. It is December the 26th, 2016. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on today's program, races 6 through 9, the late pick 4. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections from racetracks across the world and beyond. But the great late pick 4 at Santa Anita, all stakes pick 4. I'm going to have a ticket for you right now, and it's just great racing. It's great to be back at Santa Anita now until basically July 4th, and basically in June. It's a little bit. I'm not a big fan of a really long meet. I wish there was a little bit like last year, like they had at Los Alamitos. They gave them that April meet. That was perfect. But I don't like running tracks running 7 months in a row. But they are doing it at Santa Anita. Let's get some great racing underway with this opening day card. So let's get on to it. Starting off with race number 6, first leg of the late pick 4. It's the 50th running of the San Simon Stakes, Grade 3, purse $100,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 14 horses traveling about 6.5 furlongs down the hillside turf course. The rail, I believe, will be at 0 feet, but do not keep me on that. 6.5. And I show this diagram. It gives me a second to look down at my notes, so just bear with me. My top pick in this spot, and pick 4 wager, I'm going to go deep in this one. I'm going to go to the 8 horse as a top pick, number 8, Richard's Boy. I'm going to go 86112 in the superfecta, 86112. I'll also use all 4 of those horses in the pick 4. But number 8, Richard's Boy, top pick, 5-1, Victor Espinosa on this Peter Miller trained 4-year-old gelding out of Idiot Proof. But last time out at Del Mar, 5 furlongs, November the 26th, an optional 80 claimer. This horse won by 3/4 length, almost on the lead all throughout, 80 cents a dollar, was dueling and had a very clear victory. It's just a roll around great victory. Start before October 22nd here at San Anita, 6.5 furlongs in the California Flag Stakes going down the hill. This horse finished second by a head, was second all throughout, basically dueling with the winner who's coming back into this race. If you actually watched the replay, this horse looked like he was weakening, but was coming back. I think that could be because the winner was hitting the wall a little bit at the finish, but it was a decent second place finish. She held his own, or he held his own that day. And then at Santa Anita Park on September 30th, 6.5 furlongs down the hill in the Eddie D. This horse finished second by 1/3 lengths. Was dueling with the leaders early on. Just finished second. Had the lead in stretch, but just couldn't catch Ambiguous Brew, who ran incredibly well. But against those quality horses, he ran well. His last win came last time out at Del Mar, but before that, you have to go to Del Mar, November 12th, 5 furlongs, optional to claim a horse won by 2.25 lengths. A very easy victory. I think this horse will have a good run here today. Going down the hill the last year, this horse hasn't won, but finished 8th in the Dahona about a year ago on December 26th here at Santa Anita. Finished second in the Sensational Star back in February, but after that they took this horse to a layoff. But he's been running very good as of late. 5-1. I want to take my chances with this little bit of a price. So to recount my bets for race number 6 from Santa Anita Park, it's the 50th running of the San Simon. Gonna go with the 8 horse, Richard's Boy. Gonna do a superfecta here, 86112. 86112. I'm also gonna use all 4 of those horses in my pick 4. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Santa Anita Park. The 7th race is the 44th running of the La Brea Handicap, or La Brea Stakes. Grade 1, purse $300,000. It's for 3-year-olds. Fillies. Field of 8 horses sprinting the elongated sprint of 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs. And this is the race where you're going to get my single. 7 furlongs. My single is going to go to the 2 horse. Number 2, Lightstream. I'm going to go 2-4-7-3. 2-4-7-3. I tried looking for a sequence in all the races of this pick 4. This is the ideal leg to find your single if you can get a horse you really like. Number 2, Lightstream, 2-1. Julian Leperoux is on this Brian Lynch trained horse, a filly out of Harlan's Holiday. Running first, starting about 2 months, about in 8 weeks. But I think this horse should do well. 2-4-7-3 is my superfecta, but single, the 2 horse Lightstream in the pick 4. 2-1, Julian Leperoux. Last time out, October the 22nd at Keeneland, 7 furlongs in the Grade 2 Raven Run. This horse won by 1/4 lengths, closing up incredibly well to get that victory that day. It was a little bit wide, but closed. It was just a great closing kick for this horse. There was a lot of speed in this race, so hopefully this horse could sit a little bit closer because deep closers don't do very good on this racetrack, but I'm hoping this horse could sit a little closer today. Start before this horse ran August the 6th at Saratoga, 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 test. This horse finished second by 3/4 of a length that day behind Palo Queen. Um, you know, was closing up that day, but had a lot of traffic trouble that day. Really couldn't get out clear. If this horse had a better trip, I think she would have won, but it was a decent second place finish. And then July 2nd at Belmont, mile 16th in the Grade 1 Mother Goose. Horse finished third by 4.5 lengths that day. Was very wide, was closing up that day, but still couldn't catch him. This horse's better races have come at 7 furlongs, I have to say. She won the Grade 3 Beaumont at Keeneland earlier this year, going 7 furlongs about. Not 7 furlongs. It was about 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs is about 184 feet. And then start before it, main special weights, Gulfstream Park, 7 furlongs. Horse broke his main by 2.25 lengths. Very easy victory, where the top three finishers from that Gulfstream race all won next start out. So that was a very good race. But this horse's 7 furlong races have been very good. Watch out for this one to run a big one. Single in the pick four for me. So to recap my bets for race number 7 from Santa Anita Park, it's the 44th running of the La Brea Stakes. Gonna go with the 2-horse Light Stream. Gonna go 2-4-7-3 in the Superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Santa Anita Park. The eighth race is the 65th running of the Malibu Stakes. Grade 1 purse $300,000. It's for 3-year-olds. Foals of 2013 is traditional opening day is featured from Santa Anita forever. Last year, you had a very good race of, what's his name? Who won the, I forgot his name now. Whatever that horse who won the sprint in 2015 at Keeneland, the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Oh God, what's Run Happy? Run Happy won this race last year. Forgot his name. It's Christmas, so everybody's running a little slower today. But Run Happy won this race last year, winning it very easy with Gary Stevens. This year, I think the race is a lot more wide open, so you're going to get a better price. They're traveling 7 furlongs in this year in the Malibu, like they always do. On TVG tonight, on Christmas Eve night, they had the Lava Man documentary on about his rise to victories and stuff, and he actually ran in the Malibu Stakes in 2004. I actually remember it. I didn't have that horse that day, but Lava Man, but did have Lava Man after that in the in the Hollywood Gold Cup, where he ran incredibly well, especially those 3 Hollywood Gold Cups. But back to the Malibu. This race I think is a little wide open, but I think I think you're gonna get a price in this one. And my top pick is a nice little price here at 8-1, the 9-horse Austin Banner. Hopefully you could get that price at post time. I have a feeling they might bet this horse down in odds, but you never know. But number 9, Austin Banner, is going to be my top pick. I'm going to go 9-5-8-7. 9-5-8-7 in the Superfecta. Also going to use all 4 of those horses in my pick 4. But number 9, Austin Banner. 8-1, Julien Leperoux is on this Marquette trained colt. Last time out on November the 21st at Mahoning Valley Racecourse in Ohio in the Steel Valley Sprint on the mud. This horse won by 2 lengths, but actually got disqualified, placed second that day for coming into the horse mode don't know, and it just caused some interference. It was a was it a right call? I had the horse that day, so I would say no. But a lot of people were saying it wasn't the right call to disqualify that horse that day. But I think he should do well. That was the horse's first start off, a bit of a layoff. He's going to be running very fresh today. He's running at the 7 furlong distance, which I think is the key. Earlier this year, this horse is a very promising 3-year-old colt for the Derby Trail. I always knew this horse was not going to do well in the Derby, because I always thought this horse was a great 6 to 7 furlong 1 mile turn horse. So the distance is perfect for this horse. Start before against state-bred horses at Gulfstream Park, mile October the 1st, and the Florida Stallion Sire Stakes, whatever races they call that. This horse won by nose that day, 70 cents to a dollar, was dueling, got the lead, and was very, very good that day. And then the Florida Stallion Stakes, 7 furlongs, Gulfstream Park, horse won by neck, another very nice victory. This horse finished second to carry back earlier this summer. Won just a basic stakes race. Finished. Then if you go back to earlier this year, finished eighth in Tampa Bay Derby around two turns. Figured out this horse can't go two turns. He finished fifth in the Fountain of Youth. Figured out this horse couldn't go two turns that day also. But before that, this horse was very promising. He won the Swale, the Grade Two Swale earlier this year at Gulfstream Park, 7 furlongs by 5 lengths on the lead all throughout. Kept opening up. Could have won by would have won by more if this horse won. If Carabello wanted to use this horse a lot, but start before in the Hutchinsons, this horse won by 4 3/4 lengths. Kept opening up again, a very easy victory, and then maiden victory. This horse won by 9 3/4 lengths, another easy victory. If this horse could run back to those three races earlier this year, this horse has it easy. But watch out at 8 to 1. I really like the horse's chances and the price on this one, so I'm going to use this horse as a top pick. So to recap my bets for race number 8 from Santa Anita Park, it is the 65th running of the Malibu Stakes. Gonna go with the 9 horse Awesome Banner. Gonna go 9 5 8 7 9 5 8 7. I'm also gonna use all four of those horses in my pick four ticket. So now let's get on to race number 9, the final race in today's program from Santa Anita Park. The ninth race is the 17th running of the Mathis Brothers Mile. Grade 2 purse $200,000 for 3-year-olds, foals of 2013. Like how they added that in. We have a field of 11 horses traveling 1 mile on the turf course. And I believe, like I said before with the San Simone, I believe the rail will be set at 0 feet, but don't don't take me serious on that. But they are traveling a mile here. This race used to be called the Sir Beaufort years ago, and you always had some great horses running it. This is one of my favorite races of the year from Santa Anita, and it's a very wide open race. Again, I'll have to go four deep in the pick four. My top pick, I found my way to the 2 horse Black Jack Cat. I'm gonna go 2 6 1 3 2 6 1 3 in the superfecta. I'm also going to use all four of those horses in my pick four. But number 2, Blackjack Cat, 4 to 1. Mike Smith on this Mark Glatt trained gelding. Last time out, Del Mar, December 3rd, a mile and the 8th in the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby. Horse finished 6th by 3.5 lengths. Set the pace early on, then he just got overtaken by the cavalry that was closing up that day. I think this horse, it just wasn't his day to win. I don't know if he liked a turf course. It just wasn't his day. If this horse could sit back and set some easy fractions today, I think this horse has it. But start before it's San Anita, November the 4th, mile and the 8th in the Twilight Derby, Grade 2 Twilight Derby. This horse finished third by half length. He was dueling with the leaders early on, up with the leaders, and then just weakened in the third. Actually had the lead in stretch, but actually got taken over by Frank Conversation, who won that day and is coming back to run this race today. But just, it was a decent third place finish, but he needs to conserve his energy today to get a victory. Then Los Al on the 8th, September 24th in the Los Al Derby, Grade 2 Los Al Derby. The horse finished third by 1.5 lengths. It was up with the leaders early on, and then you just had to steady a little bit. Had a lot of traffic trouble. It wasn't his day to win. If this horse didn't have traffic trouble, I think he got a better third place finish that day, a better finish than third that day. I think he could have won the Los Al Derby, but if he could run back to that race a little bit without traffic trouble, I think he wins this. And then the Del Mar Derby, this horse finished 6th by 2 lengths. That was another race. This horse was on the inside all throughout in the field of 14. Just did not do well. Did not like the inside at all. There's a little bit more room going a mile opposed to a mile and the 8th at Del Mar here at Santa Anita. So I think this horse will run well. So to recap my bets for race number 9 from Del Mar, it's 17th Mathis Brothers Mile. Gonna go with the 2 horse Black Jack Cat. Gonna go 2 6 1 3 2 6 1 3 in the pick four in the superfecta. To recap now my pick four, starting off with race number 6, I'm gonna go four deep. I'm gonna use the 1 6 8 and 12. 1 6 8 and 12 in race number 6, first leg of the pick 4. Race 7, my single is going to come. I'm going to go to the 2 horse. Single the 2 horse, race 7 in the pick 4. Race 8, the Malibu. I'm going to go 4 deep again. I'm going to go 5 7 8 9 5 7 8 9 in race 8, the Malibu. And race 9, the Sir Beaufort, formerly known as Sir Beaufort, now it's known as the Mathis Brothers Mile. I'm going to go 1 2 3 6 1 2 3 6 for 50 cents. I believe the ticket will cost 36 32. $30, something in that price range about. If my math is correct, 30. I think it's 32, but do not take me for that. But gonna use but hopefully. But good luck to all and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.